AQ Lighting and Brian. Welcome back. Here today we are going to talk about step lights. But these are recessed step lights, and Brian really wanted to make sure that you knew the variety that we have. And although these look similar, they, however, are not similar. So tell us a little bit about that.
First of all, I know we have these laying down. Do I need to hold them up?
We are going to hold them up as you
hold them up?
chat. Yep.
Okay, let's start out with the housings then, like you said. So we have basically two types of housings, large housings here and small. Now each...
Okay, so this, so you can see scale.
There you go.
That's how you can kind of see the scale of it. And then when you say small, how many inches is this?
I have to grab the tape measure.
All right.
Put me on, we'll grab a tape measure.
Grab a tape measure.
But the difference here though is this is a standard sheet metal, brass sheet metal.
Right.
So it is brass, but it is sheet metal.
So it's light.
And
it is solid brass, but it's light.
And this is cast brass.
Okay.
So standard sheet metal brass. This is cast brass. This is extremely heavy. Over a pound, would you say? I'm not. I'd have to guess. But,
Yeah, you'll be better at that than I will be.
Okay.
So why, as far as application, why would you use this versus this? As far as the housing goes,
So-
cast versus sheet.
Okay. So one of the reasons that you'd use a cast housing is moisture. If you were nervous about moisture getting into this has a little bit more, susceptible to moisture, whereas this is really sealed.
This is a sealed unit.
Yes, it has threaded half-inch NPT knockouts. Okay, so you can put conduit right into this right here. It's more sealed. If you're pouring it in place, this is going to withstand heat. Whatever concrete you pour on it, this is going to take it. So it has its definitely has its value.
You know what I like about, when it comes to housing, and housings are, this is gonna get recessed into, I don't know, whatever, your deck or your side yard, whatever path you're illuminating. But others make it in, tin, I've seen them in aluminum. That's just gonna disintegrate with the elements, it just is. Those metals can't hold up. Whereas this is, sheet brass, it's still brass. And then this is solid cast brass. So whichever way you go, depending on your application, these are gonna hold up the longest because of the materials.
They're not going anywhere.
Never going anywhere.
Ever.
Okay.
You could have a water issue someday or something, and maybe you have to replace a socket, but the housing will always be there.
Okay, good. All right, then we have different type of louvers. So, really just
Covers.
faces, if you will, covers. So you have the open face. I'm assuming the large one also comes in the open face?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so you have an open face or a louver. Now, help me decide which one is, why would I pick this one over this one?
This is you're going to want this one if you need more light output. You may not want to possibly be walking up to this with this in your eyes, because obviously at night it's dark out. Any light that gets in your eyes is obtrusive. It's a problem.
Right.
So this is somewhere that you're not necessarily walking up to, but you want more light. If this is on the side down low, that's shining the light across, you're good. Now if this was, you wouldn't want this in the riser of your step, and as you walk up each step, you get this.
You're just going to see
not good.
hot spots.
Yes.
Okay, where this will shed the light below.
You could put this right in the riser of your step. If you wanted to.
Which is just great. So as far as size goes, we have now a tape measure. Let's tell them.
I think the big thing here, this is really common. A lot of people they want to know what the screws are on center.
Okay.
So I am approximately just a little bit over 7.5 inches on this, from center of screw to center of screw. And this guy, center of screw to center of screw, you're looking at about 3 3/8 of an inch from center of screw to center of screw.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the overlay, let's go with the overall coverage, right?
overall about 9 1/4 inches approximately.
Okay, and then our little small one.
And you're looking at 5 1/2 inches.
So you'll see this on the spec sheets on the site, but it's just good for you, you know, if you're watching the video, so now you know. Well, that's great. Are these 120 volt or 12 volt or?
So we do have both 120 volt JC bi pins and 12 volt JC bi
Don't
pins.
you love how both look now?
They can almost look identical. So you have to know.
That looks
which
a
one
little
is which.
beefier actually. The 120, like it's a little beefier than the 12 volt.
Yep. So they you can use them either one, 120 or 12 volt. If you are using them in a 12 volt situation, disregard the ground wires. So
Okay.
just act
And
like
that's
they're
gonna be
not-
the copper wire.
yes.
That's gonna be this guy.
So you can cut those right off if you're using them in a 12 volt situation.
Okay. 12 volt you'll be using a transformer. 120 volt you're gonna go straight, which is line voltage with your existing house.
I wouldn't recommend doing what I just did. I got a 12 volt and a 120 in here. Don't do that. Okay.
Okay, so we can plug these in and check it out. What is the distance
Of
of?
the holes. Okay.
Oh, okay. So you mean in the knockouts?
Knockouts.
All right, Roseanne, we're gonna answer that question right now.
So you'll see that these large housings have the knockouts on both ends, and then they have 3 knockouts across the back. So it looks like cast brass and the sheet metal are both the same
Okay.
as far as that goes. And on the back here, they are about 2 1/4 inches on center. Same thing.
Okay.
So about 2 1/4 inches on center for the knockouts on the back of these. You'll see the small housings. The cast brass small housing is smaller than the sheet metal housing. Not sure why, but
Does it
is.
doesn't make a difference for the face?
No.
Okay.
The
So the
faces-
face is the same.
Yes, exactly. You see the sheet metal. I've got knockouts here. I have basically all but one side for the knockouts on the sheet metal, and for the cast brass, you have them on either end and 2 in the back.
What are you using the knockouts for?
That's how you get your wire out. So this would not be a good idea if you don't want your wire to rub on here, so you'd want to use like a Romex connector or something like that, or a plastic knockout, something to keep the sheet metal from cutting your wires, especially if it was 120
Oh,
volt.
okay. We're here. You know, you have the MPT.
Yeah, and you can also
So,
use, you just use
It's
a
not gonna cut it.
connector for that.
It's all pretty. You wanna
We wired a
plug them
couple
in
up.
for you. So here's one.
I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff.
Okay, so this is really good for you to see. When you have the louvers, the light shines down. So you have no harsh light in your eyes. This is really, really nice. Is this cool white? Did you give me different colors of light?
I did.
Yes, you
It is
get to
cool
select the
white.
bold color.
So-
Okay.
When you bring it down more, so you can see, can the camera pick up that light? So it's a lot brighter, obviously. You're not gonna, if this was on your step, if this was on the riser of a step right there, that's the kind of lighting you'd get. But if this was on your wall on the side, it's gonna cast out farther, spread out more this way as well,
Right,
but it won't be quite as bright as when you have something really close.
certainly. Okay, see, it intensifies and then it
I
spreads.
can see the light all the way out. You know,
Yeah,
past here, I can still see the cool light on my hand.
okay. I like these little pre-wired. Ooh. Okay, so this is an open face and this is warm white. This is you've got a nice difference. Do you want me to show it this way? This way? Cameraman's
Down.
talking to me.
Yeah,
Down.
basically, you're when you at the camera, like you were saying, hit us right in the face. So if you go sideways, we can see
You
the
can see
light
that it's
output
gonna-
without
That's-
being blinded.
That's
There
a
you
perfect
go.
example of what will happen if you put this somewhere that you're walking up to. It will blind you.
That's right, and that's not
So-
attractive, and that's not what you're trying to do. You're really trying to do this on the,
So if we stand this up here, so you see that is casting quite a bit of light there. So that will give you a lot of
it's
light.
a really pretty color.
Exactly, just keep it out of your eyes.
Keep it out of your eyes. All right. And then we have the big guy. All right, so here you did cool white again. And you see the louvers. Now we didn't get a chance to talk about finishes, but let me tell you, these are available in a lot of beautiful finishes.
Ton of finishes.
You've got white, black, bronze, copper, nickel,
Raw brass.
raw brass. So just stunning.
Now, I can see, so I'm holding this here. There's a chair right there that's at least 3.5 feet away. And I can actually
Oh, yeah.
see the light reflecting on that. So this
It's definitely.
isn't doing real justice because our room isn't very dark. If this is pitch dark and this is at your house, you're gonna see a lot more light, so.
Now, we have another question that came up, Brian. If they have an existing housing, could they just purchase the plate, the covers?
Yes, they can, and that's why I told them the center of screw, because that is one of my
Okay.
biggest questions, because quite often that's what it's gonna depend on. So if these screw holes don't line up
Match
with
up.
theirs,
Okay,
they would have to modify it or it just won't work.
right. Okay, that's good to know. Good question. All right. So, nicely done. Nicely done. All right. If there is a product that you're curious about, or just some other details that maybe we don't have on the website, or you just would like to see us install it, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you along, to be a resource on installation or tricks of the trade. So just send us a comment or call we have an 800-865-7221, and we will add you to the list. Not you, but we will add the product you would like help with to the list. And I think we covered it. So now you know about the housings, you know about the faceplates, you know about the finishes, but what you don't know, what do they not know?
Free Fixture Friday?
They don't know about Free Fixture Friday. And what is that about? We bring out a fixture every Friday, and if you share the video, for I think you get 1 week to share it, if you share the video publicly, then we will send you that fixture for free. And it also gives you an opportunity to get familiar with the variety. We've done quite a bit. We've done under cabinet lights, we've done string lights, we've done
We have the solar string lights, the puck lights.
yeah, there's a lot. So we'll never tell you what we're going to show you, but you will always be able to participate and get it sent to you if you share it publicly. So I think that's it. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully this was helpful.